Next topic is a brilliant piece of thinking. I perceive it's trying to attract the far right, or just people on the right wing, to perceive Afghan refugees who are coming into this country in a way in which they might not perceive them in normal circumstances. And it's called help our own. So instead of being help our own, it's help our own. So it's basically using the language, unfortunately, that you often see on right-wing and far-right memes about immigration, about refugees, etc., where the spellings, the whole nature of the construction of the language is automatically, to a lot of people, identified as being inaccurate, shall we say. So if we just very briefly, we're going to touch on this. We're not going to spend an awful lot of time. It's really just to raise the understanding amongst our readers, not only that this brilliant strategy is in place, so help our own go viral. Please go on Dorset Eye, click on the article, and if you trawl down, there's a link which you can click onto, and you can give money to help a Pacific group in Essex who are raising money to help Afghan refugees, and also they will spread that money about to help refugees more generally where it's needed. But I was just thinking it's such a great way of enticing, if you like, people from other places, other political places. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think, Tom.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, this guy who said the link is for the GoFundMe page, and this guy Simon Harris, fabulous chap, and this is probably the, I don't know, fourth, fifth one of these that he's done. He kind of has, the last 2 or 3 years, has specialised in setting up GoFundMe pages that actually support really, really good causes, such as refugee supporting charities, etc. But he writes it in a way that that actually encourages far right supporters, and I know you don't like the term gammon, but the gammonati, to look at it and think, yeah, I'm donating to that. Yeah, look after our own first. Yeah, I'll donate 10 quid to that. Yeah, and I'll leave a comment. We should look after our own. What's that? Homeless people? No, arrest them. I can't stand homeless people. Anyway, so he tricks those people, quite a lot of them, into donating money on these GoFundMe pages by having a trick title and a little bit of narrative that, unless they read the whole thing, that starts off by suggesting it's something right wing that they want to support. If you bother to read the whole thing, towards the end it'll explain exactly where the money will actually go to. So he's done several of these. This one obviously is aimed at well, will support a refugee supporting charity, particularly in relation to Afghan refugees. The last one he did previously was about raise money for the RNLI. I think they raised over 200,000 or something. It raised a lot of money anyway for the RNLI. But again, he tricked right-wing anti-immigrant people into thinking it was something that they would want to donate to, because he called it the Flying Farage, this boat. And anyway, so and prior to that, I think possibly the first one he ever did, certainly the first one I ever saw, was something about having kind of netting and putting money into research for some sort of netting across the channel that would, underwater netting that would stop refugees coming to this country, and how these scientists were working with the government on this, miles and miles of netting to stop refugees. It was something like that anyway. And it was only at the very bottom that it said, of course, if this plan doesn't come to fruition, the money raised here will be donated to such and such sort of refugee charity, which obviously it then went to. So the people that donate, it's probably, I don't know, maybe half and half. It's a mixture of far right, anti-immigrant, extreme right wing nutcases, and fascists, and people that are very decent, tend to be more left wing people, who understand what he's doing and think it's hilarious and want to support him and donate anyway. So a great way that he's hit upon of raising lots and lots of money for really good charities. So well done, Simon Harris, and do click on the link and support a bit.
Yeah, and before we move on, well done, Simon Harris. But before we move on, I think it's sort of a double-edged sword, really, isn't it? Because on the one hand, you're thinking, well, this is something that it's doing a brilliant cause. It's adopted quite left field techniques and strategies in order to get the money in. But on the other hand, you don't really want to let the rabbit out the hat, do you? Because otherwise, if too many people know about this, they're going to think, oh, hang on a minute, I'm one of those, right-wing, anti-immigrant, xenophobic, racist arse-bits, and I don't want to get my money anymore. So, it's...
There's enough that will, Jace.
Yeah,
there's enough that don't bother to read the whole thing.
Yeah, there's enough that will. Absolutely.
There'll always be enough that will.
Right.
So, yeah, great stuff.